I'm about to make a ridiculous comparison, but hear me out. BlueDrake42 is the Elon Musk of PC gaming, and his revolutionary vision of how game development can and should be may change tactical shooters and PC games forever. I recently got a chance to play both Operation Harsh Doorstop and Warfare 1944, and I'm ready to take on the naysayers. But first, what the hell do BlueDrake and Elon have in common?
I'm sorry, I can't backpedal any harder than this.
Watch right, guys. Watch right side, right side, right side, right side, right side.
You have a fight? I have a handful.
Well, both Elon Musk and BlueDrake are leaders in their field. BlueDrake boasts 300K-ish subscribers on YouTube. He's a successful entrepreneur in his own right. And of course, Elon Musk is a billionaire, a rocket scientist, and a renowned engineer. Both men are incredibly polarizing, with people quickly taking sides to criticize or support their work or their actions. But neither of them allow it to slow down their vision. Of course, there's the famous Elon smoking weed on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, and BlueDrake never really has cared what other people think about him.
I don't care. Blow me.
Both Elon and BlueDrake have suffered the tribulations of buggy prototypes.
Oh my fucking god. Well, maybe that was a little too hard.
Cool. I don't know why my FPS is so low. That's, I don't feel like that's normal. I restarted my computer. I don't know if that messed with my video drivers. In fact,
computer shit. But most importantly, both Elon Musk and BlueDrake42 are driven by an insatiable desire to achieve their unique and ambitious vision at all costs and despite all the naysayers.
And it's gotten to a point where I don't want to make YouTube videos about my opinions on how studios can change and things they can do differently anymore, because they're not going to change and they're not going to do things differently. I'm done talking about it, and I just want to do it.
You might be curious of what BlueDrake thinks of being compared to Elon. Well, I asked him. BlueDrake, some people have resulted to calling you the Elon Musk of PC gaming. How do you take that?
That's, I mean, I don't think, I mean, we're not going to Mars with this game, but sure.
That's the wrong attitude.
What if we
we're going to fucking Mars, boys.
Okay, so he doesn't give a shit. How very Elon of him. But seriously, what the hell does all this have to do with the future of PC gaming and tactical shooters? Story time. BlueDrake recently returned to full-time content creation after what was a significant slowdown that started back in 2017. The reason? He was launching a game development studio of his very own called Drakeling Labs. He first announced this project, Operation Harsh Doorstop, back in 2017. At the time, it was really rough around the edges, and I actually managed to dig up an unlisted video that's still linked on his website that showcases the first time he ever said the words Operation Harsh Doorstop publicly.
What's up, everybody? It is BlueDrake, and today I have another update for you on everybody's favorite MacGyver development experiment. Welcome to Harsh Doorstop.
And it was a map showcase with some vehicle controllers that was just really clunky, but at least showed the community that he was serious about this project. Well, 3 years have passed, and then several weeks ago, I noticed a premiere countdown on BlueDrake's channel. I watched along with the rest of the PC gaming world as we learned that Drakeling Labs would be creating a new, stylized World War II shooter called Warfare 1944.
What's up, everybody? It's a BlueDrake, and today I want to show you the reason why I have been pretty much gone, more or less, for the past couple of years.
And then, only moments later, learned once again that BlueDrake was preparing to release Operation Harsh Doorstop, an ambitious, modern shooter set as the spiritual successor to Project Reality and Squad. You, sir, now have my attention.
We're actually announcing 2 games today. As many of you know, back in 2017, we also announced that we were working on a small project called Operation Harsh Doorstop.
The kicker, though, the critical piece of information here, is that Operation Harsh Doorstop will be completely free on Steam forever for everyone. But how's that possible? Well, There's 3 ways that I've seen that they're going about making this thing happen. The first is the Patreon. So BlueDrake stood up the Patreon. They've currently got 300 members. They're bringing in a little bit over $3,000 a month, which is enough to pay contractors or even a couple of full-time developers, but not a huge team. There's also volunteers that are making content on behalf of the project at no charge at all. And then most importantly, remember there was 2 games. There was Warfare 1944 and Operation Harsh Doorstop. Well, Warfare 1944 is going to be released on Steam on the 7th of July, 2020 for $10. The funds from Warfare 1944, that $10 game, will be reinvested by Drakeling Labs into the development of Operation Harsh Doorstop. So what's the catch, you may be asking? Truthfully, I don't think there is one. Based off of everything I've seen, I have no reason to believe at all that BlueDrake's intentions are anything less than honorable. The dude is in love with great PC games, and he loved Project Reality. And he wants to see something like Project Reality exist well into the future. The best way for him to do that is to make a great game that is highly accessible. Harsh Doorstop is the way to do it. And alongside Harsh Doorstop, he'll be releasing a software development kit that will allow people to create mods based off of the framework of the game, so that not only will we have Operation Harsh Doorstop as its own standalone game, and we'll have Warfare 1944 as its own standalone game, but we'll have a software development kit that will keep it running for a long time with a long history of excellent mods. You know what's crazy is I think that this plan could work. I participated in the pre-alpha test, and much of the footage you're watching on screen throughout this video is from that test. I played on the 1st of July, 2020, and actually really enjoyed it. Warfare 1944 in particular is pretty well polished, and it's already fun. Like, it's worth the $10 that Drake is asking for it. Seriously. They use the word stylized to describe it. I figure the intent there is to just be able to release a low poly game that's really easily textured, and then make the inclusion of really badass features a priority over the way that the game looks. And because of that, it's not exactly a pretty game, but it does look good, and it looks interesting, and most importantly, it is fun. And because they didn't make it photorealistic and it's got this kind of strange style to it, they're going to be able to add things to it much more rapidly that are just fun to play. And the beauty of Warfare 1944 is that it's built on the Operation Harsh Doorstop framework, so that the features that are included in Warfare 1944 can then be easily moved over to Operation Harsh Doorstop. What features, you may ask? Well, both games feature an ambitious roadmap that can be found on their website and on their Trello board. Some key highlights include a suppression system, squad management, base building, a logistics system, ground vehicles, artillery, pilotable naval vessels to include pilotable capital ships like aircraft carriers, destructible environments, pilotable aircraft, mod support in the form of an SDK, and yes, 100 player servers. Now, all that sounds incredible, and I am hopeful, optimistic even, that Drake will be able to deliver on all these big promises. But if there's something that makes me skeptical, it's that our buddy BlueDrake appears to be at risk of overburdening himself, not unlike our buddy Elon Musk. Now, Elon frequently gives Tesla shareholders anxiety by overemphasizing his role in SpaceX and even his hobby company, The Boring Company, which does not make flamethrowers. BlueDrake is similarly distracted. He's not just working on Operation Harsh Doorstop or Warfare 1944. No, he's got a bunch of other side projects, smaller games that, in my estimate, put him at risk of losing focus on the flagship titles that are his brand. Among them are Iron Armada, a 2D space combat game, and Blood Metal, an ultra-gory first-person shooter. He's even the frontman of a pretty successful progressive metal band called Johari. The good news, though, is that the profits from the sale of these smaller games is going to be reinvested back into the company so that they can continue developing Operation Harsh Doorstop. If successful, this new model for game development could change everything. It's community-oriented, so you can literally listen in to developer conference calls for Operation Harsh Doorstop and Warfare 1944. These games promise to be feature-rich, low-cost, highly moddable, informed by the desires of the players, and importantly, free. Forever. There's one thing this endeavor has going for it. It's BlueDrake himself, a driven entrepreneur who won't take no for an answer. He already has a vision for what Operation Harsh Doorstop is going to be, and he won't stop until he gets there. Want to learn more about these projects? Links to them are in the description. Not subscribed to my channel? Do that now, please. I'm Controlled Pairs. I play the most immersive PC games in the world, and I'll see you in the next one.